And when I decided to do this renovation a couple years ago, I loaded my truck and trailer with tools and lumber, and after driving the 6 hours that it took to get here, I pulled into the camp yard and took a good look at the project that I had ahead of me. I'd be lying if I said I felt anything but overwhelmed. The camp had been neglected for several decades. I had a huge undertaking on my hands. It would have been a lot easier just to knock it down and build a new one, but it was my childhood dream to someday fix this camp and have it just the way that I always wanted it. Knocking it down and building a new place here wasn't part of the equation. So I jumped into the game, worked my tail off, but up until now, the project has been mainly repair and replace, where I work all day tearing stuff out, replacing it, putting it all back together, and then at the end of the week, I got very little to show for it. But now I'm at the stage of the game where a day's work is really going to show. And when I was here on my last trip, I was mentioning in part 3 of this series, I was trying to decide what to side it with, and that vision came back, that memory of my dad telling me how he always dreamed of putting cedar shakes on the cabin and putting them up staggered. And I said, that's what I'm going to do, so that's what I'm going to do. So, we're going to see some changes. I've been fulfilling my dream, making it the way that I want. I'm going to fulfill my dad's and make the camp look the way that he wanted. I can feel his presence here a lot. It's pretty moving at times. So if you're watching over the project, Pop, keep me safe. Let's get it done.
I was excited to finally be putting siding on this place. It's always been the worst looking shack on the road, but I'm putting an end to that starting today. Oh, it didn't take many shingles for me to realize old Daddy-O had it right, and the staggered cedar was the perfect fit for the old camp. Oh, sure, it's costing me a few bucks to fulfill this dream, but the rewards outweigh the cost more than my words can describe. I took out all the old windows and replaced them with new ones, and after making and staining all of the trim that I needed, I hung shingle after shingle after shingle, and I guess I don't have to tell you how I felt when I stepped back to admire it. Then I moved my project up to the next level and tore the window out of the high gable. I reframed the opening and installed a larger window. This will allow more airflow and afternoon sun into the upstairs bedroom. I dismantled the old window frames and ripped the boards into shiplap that I'll use to enclose the eaves and overhangs. Gotta stretch my dollars as far as I can and make use of everything. With the eaves all reinforced, I installed a vent strip and buttoned them up tight so no rodents can enter the building. What a difference this'll make. When you can't reach any higher, you gotta get creative. Half the staging inside and half on the roof ought to do it. Now this is the same staging that I fell from back in '08, and it nearly cost me my life. I broke a few ribs, blew out my left lung, bruised a kidney, and broke a piece off my L5 vertebrae. Oh, it could have been worse, I guess. I'll just pay more attention to where I'm stepping today. You with me on this, Pop? Keep me safe. I don't really want to fall from this height. Since my staging was all set up, I figured now would be the best time to get these fascia boards replaced. Run for cover, Frankie! Incoming! That's my boy. Now let's see here. 2 pieces with a 40-degree cut ought to do it. Looks like the left side fits good, and so does the right. Nail her down, and we're done. Yes, sir. Well, you know, like I said, it was always my dream, childhood dream, to fix this camp the way that I wanted it. But after having that vision of my dad telling me how he always dreamed about having the staggered cedar shingles on the camp, and I followed through with it, made that dream materialize, and now it's right here, all finished, right here in front of me. It's the most rewarding project I have ever worked on. Words can't even describe the feelings I possess right now. It's just unbelievable. It looks so good. Wow. Just awesome. With a green metal roof up there, boy, the color will just pop. Looks great. Unbelievable. What a difference from what I had here before. I'm leaving these awning windows in place because the terrain goes uphill here. As you can see, just as I'm stepping up, I'm climbing, and that's a bedroom, and if those were full size, they'd be looking right in on the bed, so don't want that. We're putting a green metal roof on the whole camp, but most likely not this year. It really looks good. I'll be digging out here, putting in 2 extra piers, and then skirting the place. I'd like to do that before winter. Be digging the ground out here. I'm going to put a diverter for the splash off the roof so it doesn't splash on the building. This maple right here, I'm going to be taking this one down. The green door looks pretty nice, huh? Green trim. I'm going to put a pine ceiling in here. As you can see, I put 1 board so my shingles could go. I'm going to still put another course of shingle up there. I'll put an outlet here so I can put some Christmas lights wrapped around the post if I'm ever here during Christmas, which I will be quite often. I absolutely love this little roof on the porch. I can sit right here out of the weather. I love it. Frankie working hard. I'm going to bring the grade up here to the same grade as there, so it's level. Then I'm going to skirt it and then put green lattice in front. The stairway here will be the same width from there to there, because I'm going to put 45-degree knee braces on these posts, and if I leave that there, you'll be banging your head on the knee brace. So I'm going to put the stairs the same width as those posts. You'll walk up and avoid the knee braces. So I've got 3 sides of the camp completed now. I won't put the cedar on the back side until I do the screen porch, because that'll give me a roof to stand on to do the high gable. I doubt I'll do that this year, but it'll all get done, all in good time. So I was over here working behind the camp, and I want to show you something. See, the screen porch is going to be between that window, and it's going to come out about 12 feet. And back here there was these mounds. There was a pile of stuff over here and a big mound there, and I just wanted to start digging at them. I figured they were stumps, and this one did. This one, there was a stump, and there was a hump over there too. So under like a foot of sod, there were saplings growing out of it and all kinds of bushes and stuff. But I unearthed all of this gravel. There was a pile of gravel here. Now this is what they used when they mixed the concrete for the camp. That's what this was. That's why it was just this pile of gravel in one spot. And it had about a foot of sod and stuff on top of it, just from about 60 years of growth. So it was kind of cool to unearth that. But in my digging, look what I found. I found a little hatchet head. Now, I don't know if that was something, you know, one of us kids lost, maybe I lost it, who the heck knows, or if it goes beyond that and it got buried in here back in the days when they were mixing the concrete for the camp. Kind of cool though. It looks like it might be in okay shape. The rust is pretty deep in it, but I'm gonna soak it in some vinegar back at the cabin workshop and see if I can restore it. Wouldn't that be cool? Huh? Put that back in action. This has been in the ground a long time. It's a little artifact. That's kind of neat. Yeah, so on my next trip, I'm going to get the skirting done back here, get the rest of these mounds done, and I'm going to be putting in another dry well. I'm going to show you how to do a cabin dry well and leach field kind of thing, and do it on the cheap. So I'll be making a video with that on my next journey. We're making good progress here at the cabin.